Okay, Eugene, we are ready.
Ready to rock. Good afternoon. My name is Eugene. This beautiful Asian princess next to me, who I have the pleasure of living my life with, is Wen, affectionately known as Mimi Rosenkrantz. And I've got to tell you, we are about as excited as we can possibly be. And we hope by the end of our little chat here, you get to see a vision that we've seen coming for a long time, but it now has arrived. So I just want to make mention real quickly that I know that we've been living in very, very difficult times the last few years. Unfortunately, we haven't even been able to get to our home in Taiwan. Wen hasn't seen her family in almost 3 years. Fortunately, just a few weeks ago, things opened up a little bit in Taiwan, and we were actually able to spend about 5 weeks with them in Taiwan, one of the most beautiful countries in the world. But I know that there are a lot of people hurting. And often people will say to Wen and I, gee, you guys are so happy. Yeah, we're happy because the future is bright. And they'll look at us and say, well, what do you mean the future is bright? And I just tell them, well, you know, the way you see it all depends on where you sit. And we live in a world of duality. What goes up comes down. What goes left goes right. Where there's good, there's evil. And right now, people have lost homes, they've lost businesses, livelihoods, families have fallen apart because of economic stress. And yet, there are people on the other side of that equation that are earning ridiculous amounts of money. Now, if you were making surgical masks, let's say, over the past few years. I mean, I've seen white surgical masks, blue surgical masks, pointed surgical masks. I've seen ones with stars and stripes. I've seen shields. I've seen people walking around in bubbles, okay? And not that I'm making a judgment call, but the point I'm trying to get across is that there is a market even in the darkest of times. And I love the quote by Og Mandino. He says, I will love the light because it shows me the way, and yet I will endure the darkness because it allows me to see the stars. Well, I've got to tell you, we're going to talk about a star today, a corporate star that is rocking and rolling. And fortunately, we have the best of the best to present some of that information to you. Many of you do know our speaker. The man's been around for about 35 years, even though he still looks like a teenager, thank God. And he's traveled the world building this, helping people who literally never could have achieved the type of lifestyle and freedom that they now are able to achieve. And it wasn't only because of his vision, it was because they applied themselves. It was hard work. This is not an easy program. I'd be lying to you if I said it was. But it is a work program that if you apply yourself and listen to the direction and understand the vision that this gentleman will paint for you, we're going to have him speak, and then we're going to have Mimi, who's like a walking calculator, show you how you can squeeze every dime out of that compensation plan. I honestly believe, and I don't say this because she's the love of my life, but she knows more about that compensation plan than probably anybody in corporate. And I say that very confidently. So what is vision? Vision is seeing what's invisible to others. Sometimes we need people to show us the way. I had people that showed me the way. I caught that vision. I took the ball and I ran with it. And now we literally wake up every morning pinching ourselves because we can pretty much do whatever we want to do. And again, I'm nothing special. I do have a special work ethic, and I'm sure a lot of you people do as well. I know people are going to work very hard. So why not work hard for you and your family and your dreams instead of somebody else's? So on that note, I'm going to introduce you to somebody who, again, has traveled the world and let him talk a little bit more about all the markets he's opened up, all the people he's touched around the globe, all the people he's helped. We've been working very, very closely recently, especially with the company. And I think a lot of the leaders, the list is too long to name, but I want to thank each and every one of you for kind of pulling together, talking to corporate, getting them on the right path because they need our vision because sometimes it's even invisible to them. So somebody who has that vision is Jeff Mack. And Jeff, I'm going to pass the baton to you, and then you can pass it to baton a little bit later on when she explains the money. Sound like a plan?
Sounds good.
All right.
A good intro, Eugene. I mean, you painted a good picture of where we all sit right now. And I got to believe that everyone on this call you couldn't have predicted the last 3 years. I mean, if you had a demented mindset that just saw negative and bad things, you couldn't have dreamed up what's happened the last 3 years. But we've lived it. We're now still living it. And the forecast is financial darkness for the next few years for not just a country, it's for everyone, right? So we sit in that. But the beauty of what we have, and many of you on there, because we've got a lot of leaders on here, we're a counterintuitive business. In other words, when the masses are in dire straits, we're not part of the masses. I liken it to not being part of the sheep. You're a shepherd. You have the ability to lead and go different directions. And that's what the beauty of our business is all about. But, just briefly, because there's been some videos out there, and I'll kind of tie those in that kind of tell my story where we're at. But the bottom line is this. I got in the business over 35 years ago. A lot of people came in at that time. I knew Nathan Ricks around that time, real estate things we were doing. We came in around the same time. The company was doing about 40 million in sales, real product oriented. I mean, those you on this call, I know you guys, when you remember the time, man, there's a lot. Hey, lay down. I'm doing this non-surgical facelift on you. And I remember Craig came to us and said, hey, you and Nathan, you guys are promoters. You need to be in this. We're like, we're not doing new skin. I mean, are you serious? Look what you're doing. We're not going to do facelifts and that kind of junk. And he said, no, you need to paint the vision of where we're going. And so we and a lot of strong people jumped in because the environment sucked us this direction. There wasn't a lot of opportunity out there. So we came here. New Skin went from 40 million to 500 million in just 20 months. And that set the stage for where we're at. Now that happened because the environment served up the best people that were available because there was less opportunity because of the financial straits the country was in. Well, I talked about on here just the other day about the Thai market. I mean, they were opening it 9 months in advance. Me and 4 friends, 5 of us, got the jump on it, started telling the story. Long story short, 9 months later, they opened the market. 5 of us trained 5,000 the first day. By the end of the month, 5,000 turns into 30,000. And all of a sudden, it's like, what just happened? Well, we took action before the masses. All of those stories have merit right now. Okay, now here's the deal. I'm not going to go into the whole story because you can go and look at the Zooms that have already been recorded. But think about this for just a minute. In less than a week's time, we did a Zoom on Monday. That Zoom, I'm just telling you, Tracy asked me if I could come over and, hey, would you do a meeting for me? I got guys I'm recruiting. You can invite your guys. I'm like, fine. Did that. Word leaks out. We blow it out. 1,000 lines fill up. 300 can't even get in. I'm thinking, what just happened? Right. So I do a Zoom the next night. Blown out. Okay. I just did a Zoom this morning for Latin America. Blown out. And they created, a room on the YouTube channel. And that's filling up. And so it's like, what is going on here? Right. And so this track all of a sudden has sped up because this pre-market window has opened up. Now, as I described this to you, and again, you guys are all leaders. What I'm describing to you right now, you have the capacity to do what you want. You're independent, but I'm just giving you some thought processes. And many of us as leaders have kind of conferred and we're in agreement on what we think we should do going forward. Forget everything you know about the business right now. What I've noticed out there, there's a lot of heavy training that's been going on. There's a lot of this and that step and this step and read this and do that. And that's fine. And training is good because it helps develop the self. But what I'm telling you, what I've noticed in a window, we're in one right now, from the time they open, turn on the AI DNA machine to where we are right now, this window is shrinking a little bit each day. Because think about it for just a minute. We've done 3 Zooms so far. All of them have been blown out. This Zoom is going to be blown out. So let's say 4,000 people plus see the live version of this, and then they're recorded, and then those get dispersed out to people's contacts. The track that we're running on is so fast, right? Because 4,000 will turn into 10,000, will turn into 50,000, will turn into 100. The point I'm making to you, the Thailand story, 5,000, 30,000, child's play. this is going to blow up. And my prediction, I think in 2023, we double the size of the company. In 2024, if we hit that benchmark of 5 billion, we'll go to 10. Why? Well, first of all, the pre-market window. Second of all, okay, when we turn the machine on in 12 months or 18 months, whenever that happens, and it's really irrelevant. Some people say, well, what's the date? I don't care when the date is. I hope it's longer, right? I hope it's longer, because it's always better to sell the sizzle than the steak. The sizzle has the excitement to attract out of the economy the people that we need, the leadership, the people that have had success before, business-minded folks. They'll come here. They're all connected. They have circles of influence that really dwarf anyone else's. They'll come in and we'll explode with them, all right? And so that window is the key thing, okay? That's what happens. It's a diminishing asset. Once this closes, then that mentality is less likely to come our way. Okay, I've seen it happen. Many of you on here have seen it happen. So we're laying that foundation. When we turn it on, think about this. I've never seen a track as fast as this. You say, how could we go to 10 billion and beyond? You know, I'm telling you, Ryan's goals are higher than that. Higher. He's told me I wanted 10 times this thing. Think about that. It's 20 billion. Now we've got the infrastructure in place of a $20 billion company, so we can accommodate it. But how do you do that? You do it with a runaway freight train that's fast. So we turn this on 12, 18 months from now. And let's say, here's what's going on. I'm recruiting, you guys, all right? So Eugene and Wen, I'm recruiting, and we're friends. And so I just shoot you a quick call, and the quick call is just simply, you won't believe what's happening here. Our company's invested $500 million in AI capability. And with DNA collection, there's an assessment that you can get, it'll blow your mind. You guys need to see what's going on here. Biggest thing we've ever done. I'm going to send you a link right now to a video. Boom. I send them over. Maybe it's a recording of one of the sessions we've done. Maybe it's a more professional one as we get going and have a better, professional looking presentation. But all of a sudden they look at it, they get it instantaneously. They look at it and they're like, oh my gosh, is this real? Oh yeah, it's real. Well, what do I need to do? I'm sending you a link. Again, this is all in the palm of my hand on this phone, all digital. Boom, I send the Vera app over. It goes to them. That becomes the portal to the company for them. They open it up. They go in as a customer. Everyone goes in as a customer. They get in there and they see the assessment. They purchase the assessment. That is a product. I get commissioned on that because I introduced them. They get that product. They send their DNA in. It gets analyzed in the lab. And then what happens next is where I want you guys to pay attention, because this is a training call. They get the data in there, and then the AI capability kicks in. Now, bear in mind, we've got tons of information on humanity already in there with years of scanning data that we have. We've got lots of stuff going in there now with Lumi.io as it sends more human data into the company. We'll have the capacity to also check the lymph system and the gut and all those things. All of these tests and these things will upload data. Why is that important? Well, the AI capability, the intelligence level of that is as good as the data that you're feeding it. Well, this data on humanity is now, it's going to be a database unlike any other, right? And so what it does, it analyzes Wen and Eugene's personal snapshot of their genetic makeup, DNA, and then it sends that to them, and they can see where they're at. And we create this digital twin or this avatar. Okay, so let's say this is the perfect Wen right here. This is everything that her genetic code allows her to become. And let's say this is Wen currently. Okay, she's not really taking all the stuff she needs to. Maybe she's not exercising. Maybe she's not doing what she should, right? And so we can even tell her about her cognitive ability, likelihood of going to college, or even being a distributor, a leader in our business. I mean, it's intense, right? And so it gets that data, sends it back to her, and it says, hey, Wen, here's your digital twin. This is the perfect you. You're lacking in this area, in that area, in that area, and we've got the solution for you. Here's products we recommend that you utilize to fill these gaps, where the Wen today becomes the Wen of tomorrow, the digital twin. Now think about that. I didn't sell that to Wen. I just sent her the link. I had sent her a video earlier and the three with my upline. That's been my involvement. New Skin now comes in and sells all that to Wen. Now, she might have a question. She might call me and say, Jeff, they're saying I need LifePak. They're saying I need Meta. They're saying I need collagen. What do you know about those products? Well, when I use them all, here's been my experience. Boom. So what's happened? I've sent a link for a video. I've sent a link for Vera, and New Skin has done the upsell. So the spike goes in the market, and in comes the AI and blows the thing up. What is your and my deal? Now, if Wen wants to be a distributor, she can opt in. If not, she stays a customer. You all know we want to get to 67% minimum of customers. Most people will stay customers, right? We will have a plethora of customers. We won't have to worry about that number anymore. She opts in as a distributor when she introduces someone else. And what does she do? She sends them the link to the video. She sends them a link to Vera, and then New Skin does the rest. Now think about this. Many of you on this call have been in the business. Talk about heavy lifting you've had to do the last few years. Heavy lifting you had to do in the past. I'm telling you what, it's a freaking land race because it's point and click. Go, right? We will blow this thing up so big. It'll freak you out. And I've told company guys, I'm like, Steve, you haven't seen the power of what we're capable of doing. You turn this engine on all around the world. Okay, I saw what happens when I came into the business years ago, and just with the landline, you know, and a story, we went from 40 million to 500 million in 20 months. Think about this, guys. We've got 1 million distributors around the world right now. This information's leaking out in the pre-market window, the ground floor window. That's the best draw that you're ever going to find. That 1 million is they're empowered with this information, and it's out there in the ether, right? All on recorded video. They start getting us out. We'll build an army so large it'll freak you out. And when they turn on the machine, millions of assessments will flood the market. And that spike will drag all the product into the market with it. You've never seen anything like this before because it's never been possible before, but it is now. Now, with that, let's talk about what we do. Okay, and what we thought we'd do first is I want to introduce Wen. It's funny, every time as leaders, there's a whole bunch of us that are working with the company on stuff. Whenever we have to like grind on numbers or figure out, okay, really, what are we looking at here? What's the percentage we're really going to make on this? What's the best possible scenario? Where's Wen? Everyone say, where's Wen? Get Wen on the phone. Let's get her the information. And then she crunches those numbers because her past life, that's what she did. A controller for a large company. She's got the brains here. She's got the degrees, all that stuff. And so what I want to do is turn it over to you, Wen, for the next little bit. We've got a lot of new people on here, and so they may not understand the comp plan or even seen it yet. Let's kind of lay that out, and then I'll kind of talk about the duplication model, and then we can close this. This will be recorded. So if you don't understand everything Wen says at first pass, you can go over this over and over again. But this is our initial training. So Wen, why don't you take it from there and kind of show them? Because honestly, guys, the marketing plan is the business. In other words, that shows you what your track is and the behaviors and what you can glean out of it. So take it from there, Wen.
All right, this is my favorite. I love numbers. Anyway, welcome everybody, and it's so great to meet everyone from around the world. So my name is Wen Rosenkrantz, that Eugene introduced and Jeff introduced. And I also been in the business for 33 years. So I joined in 1989. So we are like Jeff, we are the pioneers of the company. And we actually personally experienced the first momentum growth, watching the company from less than 50 million to 500 million in short 2 years. And I also want to share part of my story because I'm originally from Taiwan, and I finished my college degree in Taiwan, and then I came to this country. Only have a goal is to get lots of degrees and work hard and help be very successful. So I literally got 2 master's degrees. One is in accounting, one is computer science. And I started a journey as a senior accountant, and my boss was so happy. Here comes a Chinese with a brain and a female. Let's just really squeeze her to death. That's exactly what they did to me. I was actually doing 3 jobs. I was in charge of accounting, finance, and computer department, and they promoted me to a corporate controller. I said, oh, wow, I'm a corporate controller now. And my next job will be the vice president of finance. So I said, I don't mind working hard. I was literally working 70 hours a week nonstop for 10 years. And that was painful because I was never home for my children. And the most heart-hurting part was I was not able to go home to Taiwan to see my mama. And so one day, because of exhaustion, I literally passed out at work, and I was 36. When I was laying in bed for a whole week, I couldn't move anymore. I said one thing to myself: what my life would be if I keep on working for the next 5 years. The answer came: you will be dead. So that is the awake moment for me. And I made a decision: I am gonna change my life. I'm gonna resign my position as corporate controller, and I just want to have a home business so that I have a freedom. And you know what? Sometimes when you dream hard enough, the angel will come. 2 days later, the phone rang. Someone shared Nu Skin with me, and that was 1989. And that we were very small. Like Jeff said, we were only in the United States. But I want to go home see mama. So you know what? Then Nu Skin decided to open up Taiwan. And then when Jeff was talking about Thailand, I said, oh, Taiwan was the same thing. We did the pre-marketing for over a year. And so as a result, we really nurtured our leaders. As a result, now we have about 30,000 people in Taiwan, but that's not the best part. The best part is I was able to go home to see my mama 5-6 times a year when my mom was alive. So that's just the best thing that happened to me. I'm very, very blessed. So anyway, what attracted me for Nu Skin, not only the freedom, but the compensation plan, because I love number. And we got lawnmowers going on outside.
Jeff, give me a thumbs up if you can hear us clearly, because unfortunately the landscapers just came.
You're okay. You're all right.
We okay?
We're okay.
Okay, all right. Good to go. All right. Allow me to share these slides that I put together.
Speak loud.
I will, honey.
When we can hear you, you mute.
Unmute yourself, Wen.
Hold on. Just a second. Yeah. How did I?
We can hear.
No,
We can hear.
Okay, excuse me, guys. I'm going to close the porch doors because we can't hear. So
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So my volume is. You guys could not hear me when I share the screen?
Hear you now.
Now you okay?
Okay, just let me know when I share the screen. It should be okay.
Yeah, you're okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened. Anyway, so let me just, okay. Just one moment. Oh, okay, that's why. So just want to share with everyone The importance to see the company vision to be the world's leading opportunity platform. And this is our headquarters in Provo, Utah. If you haven't seen it, you must visit. This is our logo, Fountain of Youth. And that's what attracted me to using our product. You're absolutely going to return to youth. So I'm going to turn 70 and Eugene's going to turn 71. You guys probably don't believe it because of the product. All right. And so what does our company do? Because they have the best product. And in order to market this product, our company has decided to bypass all the middlemen and advertising so that we can deliver the product directly to the consumer's hand. As a result, we can save all the middlemen and advertising costs. The savings that our company have found the advertising and middlemen, they literally just give it to distributor like us as commission. So we pay out 41% commission to us because we are the connectors, connect the consumers to Nu Skin. And everybody join as a member, you can order directly from the company. So what is the benefit? When you order product directly from our company, and you're going to save money because our price is so much better than what's out there in the market. And you're going to have the best product. You're going to look younger, feel younger, and you'll make money at the same time and help others to do the same. And when Jeff mentioned, right now we're doing 2.5 billion last year. So the commission we pay out last year alone was 1 billion, over 1 billion. And when Jeff talked about 10 billion in short 2 years, I'm saying, I'm calculating, oh my God, we're going to pay out over 4 billion as a commission. How about what happened when we reach 20 billion? We're going to pay out 8 billion. So it's all up for grabs. And that's why we can't sleep anymore. So how the 41% commission and what's the components, okay? So I'm going to share with you, there's 3 parts. And share, build, and lead. And the best part is you get daily pay, weekly pay, and monthly pay. So everybody start from the beginning as a brand affiliate. When you join as a brand affiliate, you have 2 privileges. One, you can order directly from the company, you enjoy wholesale. As a result, because you paid a member price, then you will have the opportunity to earn the retail profit about 20%. So you get to make money right away by sharing the product. Boom, you get paid, retail profit. And also, you also have the other privilege, you get to sponsor people worldwide, okay? And then when you sponsor people, you see the circle and people you directly sponsor, companies say thank you. When they order product, you get a sharing bonus. Then those are what we call L1, means people you directly sponsor. But to me, that's a limited income because you only get paid on people you directly sponsor. For example, if I share with Eugene next to me, he's from Italy, and he all of a sudden shared with everybody in Europe. But because I am a brand affiliate, I don't get paid on everyone that he introduced. So what do? And what everyone should do is take action, okay? Step up as a leader and move, promote yourself. You do through the qualification, a company will promote you as a next step as a brand representative. So how do you go from brand affiliate to brand rep? And just follow Jeff's suggestion. Number 1 is make a decision, okay? And every product we purchase, we have what we call SV, means sales volume. And that actually is a commission point to help you move to the next level. And when your group reach 1,000 points of sales volume, you can submit LOI. That means letter of intent that you want to become brand rep. So the key is not only you want to submit LOI, you want to help other people to do the same. Follow what Jeff just mentioned, the AI technology. You'll be so excited. You're going to share with so many people. And if you help those 4 also submit LOI plus using the product, you're going to have 5,000 commission points in your team. Boom, then you get to move to the next level called brand rep. And congratulations, now you are promoted. You're gonna get additional pay, we call bill commission. Now you have a taste of leverage because now you are getting paid on everyone in your team's effort and their ordering. So it's not just level 1, it's unlimited levels. It could spread from Italy to Europe to Taiwan to Hong Kong. I don't care. Okay, and this commission of your, we call group sales volume, because that's your group now, is 5 to 40%. And that's unheard of. When we first started, Jeff would know, our brand rep, the bill commission, the most we'll get is 14%. And we have to do 50,000 points to get 14%. Right now, you only do 2,000 points, you get 15%, all right, or 20%. So the money right now is a lot more generous. So you know what? This money alone is huge. Let me just share with you. So once you become brand rep, your goal is to help those LOI also become brand rep, right? So if they also sponsor other people, suppose you have, say, 4 additional LOIs now in your team, that means your group volume is 5,000 points. Your commission of 5,000 GSV is $1,000. It tells you that $1,000 to a lot of people make a huge difference.
Life-changing.
For Taiwan, for Latin America, even for the United States, if you make additional $1,000, isn't that wonderful? But what if you double the effort, if you do more, and if you have 10 LOIs plus sales, your group sales volume will reach 10,000 commission points or 10,000 points. Your commission on the bill bonus is to $3,000. Remember, if you do 10,000 GSV, your bill commission alone is $3,000. Oh my goodness. A lot of people at this point, you can quit your job and do this full time. But so far, the money is still limited. I would really like to encourage you, widen your vision. Suppose you're the brand rep and you're successful. Wouldn't that be wonderful? You also help your team to also become brand rep so that they can earn the bill commission. And they also do their 10,000 points. They each make $3,000 from their own team. And you're happy, your team is happy. And when you do that, when you help others become brand rep, companies say, wow, congratulations, we're gonna give you a big raise. Now you become a leader. We're gonna pay you the most generous lead bonus of all the brand rep that you have created around the world. And the maximum with companies depends like how many people you develop on the front line. And you will have the chance, because that's our compensation plan. That's the most attractive part. It's down to 6 generations deep of all the brand rep around the world. Whatever they do, they independent, but you get the permanent residual income of 5% override. When I saw this is when I said, oh my gosh, can you believe that? That means if I just teach 5, they teach 5, that's 25, down to 6 generations. I will have over 15,000 leaders. I will get paid on all their effort of 5% override. Whoa. So, you know what? My vision was to be the team lead Blue Diamond. I want to get paid down to 6th generation. I want to get paid on the full 41% commission. And that's the reason, as a team lead Blue Diamond, our company, the average income is about 36,000 per month. So I'm going to give you a little vision. Remember, suppose you create a brand rep, okay? And we teach our team to set a goal to do their group sales volume at least 5,000 points. 10,000 points is even better. Imagine you now have 100 brand rep. They each do 10,000 commission points. I believe with the AI, this is going to happen. Your commission, your lead commission override, 5% of 10,000 is $500, right? From each team. And you have 100 of them. That's $50,000 US a month. Oh my goodness. In any other, will you ever have that chance in other businesses to have this type of the income, the possible income? I'm not saying it's guaranteed, depends on your effort, depends on your focus, and depends on how coachable you are, and what kind of leader you are. So in our businesses, become a leader, you teach, you duplicate. Make sure all your team learn the basic skill and the concept and the mindset to follow the duplication system we have. So I'm just going to show you briefly of our average income. And this is our average income. The company, we are a publicly traded company. A company has announced the average income of each pink title. But again, this is average, is not guaranteed. Some people make less, some people make more.
There are no guarantees in any business.
Even as a brand rep, my company says it's 3.37% of the active brand affiliate. So it's a working program, but you all know that there's a lot of people achieve that status. So let me just go over in detail how you can achieve a different level of leadership. So again, I encourage you to start as fast as possible to become brand rep. This way you can immediately earn that additional 5 to 40%. And some people become brand rep in 1 week. Some people become in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. It's up to you, it's your business. But once you become brand rep, the average monthly income is $600 a month. It's not bad at all, right? It's a supplemental income. But what if help one team and help one person become brand rep, and then you are what we call gold, your monthly double now, 1,100. Again, this is average. If you help 2, you're lapis, then double it again, right? 2,200 a month. And what if you do 4? That's ruby. That's the turning point for many, many people. Wow, that's a $3,000 a month and annually almost 39,000. And then other than 4, if you focus on helping at least one of them become leadership team, and then you are the emerald, and the average income now jumped to over $5,000 a month. And don't stop there, because if you share one more, create another one, you have 5 brand reps now, out of them 2 are leadership team, then your monthly income is almost 10,000. But let's take it to the top, okay? How about 6 and help them between 3 to 4 leadership team, you'll be either Blue Diamond or Team Elite. Bingo, that's 36,000 average, again, average a month, and your yearly income is close to $500,000. And this is absolutely a dream come true for many, many people. So I just want to share that with you. And also, how do you get started? Okay, this is your dream, and this is roadmap to success, but how do you get started? And Jeff Mack will share with you more. But here is it's just so great with Jeff Mack's direction and his vision. We created this, and I love the name that Jeff created called U+2 package. Okay, and this is the package, and then we just love the product. Beauty Focus is collagen because we're drinking it, and for you to drink it, your skin gonna glow. Okay, you are gonna look younger. And the Meta and the Biome on the right, we call it skinny Meta, skinny Biome, because that's the secret for Eugene and I. We eat so much we can stay fit. Okay, that's our secret. And in the middle is the youth, and this mother of supplement, and that's also the reason why we don't look 70-year-old. Okay, so the key is, if you look at this, you are so blessed with this 4 products. If you pay retail, is over $700. So even if you just join a member, you order at a one-time order, you pay $533, but you already save 20%. But we are showing you the best price. Okay, we always say, what's the bargain? The bargain is order as a subscription. Then you get additional 20% off. It's only $410. But the key is not about the price. It's about the commission points that you are earning. That sales volume is 334. Okay, U+2 means if you order it, you just share with 2 people. Bingo, you got your 1,000 points. You on your way. You submit LOI, then you on your way to become brand rep and Blue Diamond Team Lead. So that is the secret. All right, Jeff. So I'm going to turn back to you so that you can show people the next step. Thank you.
Okay. Hey, great job, Wen. I mean, it's, you know what? We do a lot of trainings, Team Elite University, all those things. And always the toughest presentation is the compensation plan. And what I found, there's a lot of distributors out there, even maybe some on this call, that shy away from learning it and telling it. You can tell Wen has done that more than once, right? And you just do it. If you get good at explaining the comp plan, then your people have clarity, and then they know what they're supposed to do, because it's the roadmap. And those of you watching this for the first time, if you didn't follow everything as good as Wen explained it, you're going to be able to come back and go through this again and again. That's the beauty of what we have here. And honestly, when Craig Tillison first showed me the comp plan years ago, gosh, he had to show it to me like, I had to go over it maybe 15 times, and all of a sudden the light came on. I'm like, oh, okay. And then from there, I just didn't look back. So anyway, great job. So that's the compensation plan. Now, Wen also touched on, how you get from to the brand rep position, right? Because again, my opinion, life starts at brand rep in our business. That's when you start to see people start seeing income where they're like, whoa, I see how this can work now, right? Ruby, you mentioned some points in there. That's kind of where you see people say, okay, this is a real deal now, because you make what I call real world income. In other words, you see right around that 3,000-4,000 a month. That's kind of what people spend their life at their jobs doing, right? Then from there you blow it up. So great job. So now that's the compensation plan and what you do to qualify to get to that brand rep position. What you do from there, you saw the package. Okay, so let's kind of describe kind of the duplication model. So this is, what do we do? What are the steps we do? Well, first thing, okay, let's say I'm getting involved today. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to newskin.com and I'm going to sign up. Now, I just go there, you follow the prompts. It's simple. Make sure you have your sponsor's ID number, because it's going to ask for that. Enter that, linked in the system to my sponsor. Whoever introduced your sponsor is whoever introduced this to you. So I'm in the system. Okay, what I'm going to do right now, this duplication model is going to change in 12 to 18 months when we turn on the system. Right now, this is what we're doing in the pre-market window. So I'm going to do is I'm going to go in there now. I'm going to buy the U+2 package. Okay, and Gwen already explained that beautifully. Let me give you some reasons why that package is viable. Now, this is an international call going on. So I know we got leaders in certain markets saying, well, maybe one or two of those products aren't available here. Get together with your leadership and figure out some products that you can put together that will duplicate quickly. Now, here's the logic behind the ones that are in here. First of all, they're some of the top selling ones the company has. But second of all, the thought process is this. You're going to see us attract a lot of men and women in the business. You're going to just see it because it's opportunity driven. Okay, so you don't want to create stumbling blocks. So we thought, what are the most unisex products we have that men and women would just warm up to, and not feel like, oh, that's a woman's product, or that's a male product. And so what you have here is these, right? Collagen. I don't care if you're a man or woman, you need it. You need to replenish the connective tissue in your body, skin, face, internally, right? And so that needs to be in everybody. So that's in there. Youth, dollar for dollar, that's the best supplement we have, in my opinion. Gwen called it the mother of all supplements, and it is. So you have that in there. It helps a lot too with inflammation, which is a huge problem out there. So that's in there. Okay. We've talked about Meta. If you want to be fit, you want Meta, period. And there's all kinds of stuff it does that I can't even tell you about, but you want that in your system. That's in there. Okay. And then new biome. Everything starts in the gut, everything. And, the majority of people out there don't have a healthy gut. This brings that healthy gut where it needs to be. And, the average person is probably knocking down a couple of those a day. You'll figure out what's good for you, but you have a supply there that'll do that. So those together, okay, there's three elements. First, the unisex part, it's a 30-day supply. Now, why is that important? Okay, we want people consuming the products they buy. Okay, well, this thing, I guarantee you, you take it as directed, it's gone in a month. So it has the ability to be on subscription. And that's why they're giving us that killer price, because it's subscription type products. So put it on subscription. Now, why do we put it on subscription? Because here's the deal. The energy you put into your business right now, you want to get paid on continually. Well, if you put that on subscription, if I get Gwen and Eugene involved, they buy that package on subscription, they use it, it shows up again the next month, and they're using it again. They're staying on the products. If they're distributors, this is important because they become a valued commodity in the business, and that's someone that has personal experience on the products they're selling. And you'll sell a lot more if you're using them, trust me. Those that don't use our products don't have success. They just don't. Because you know what? Ultimately, someone says, hey, Jeff, have you taken this one and this one? And if I haven't, I'm going to either have to lie or I'm dead in the water, right? Don't lie to people. Tell them the experience. And they don't need to know all the details about, the science or the chemical reaction. They just want to know what it did for you. I had more energy. I lost weight. I got more firm. My skin looked better. Gosh, here's a picture before, here's after. See, you get the drift. So these products deliver. the science is behind them, everything's there, right? So those three things: unisex, 30-day supply, and subscription model. So that's why these are together. Okay, so that's the U+2, and when described pretty well on that, right? There are top selling ones out there. So that's what we do. So go to nuskin.com, enter your sponsor's ID number, and they're going to generate a number for you that you'll be known as in the company. Now that's your ID number. You now can order products, you can sponsor people, you can do what you need to do in the business. All right. You order the U+2 subscription package, and they number on that. You want to write this down, and you can refer to it again if you want, but it's 01130 249. Let me say it again. 01130 249. Last time. 01130 249. That'll just come up and you order it, and they'll drop ship it right to you. Okay, now the next step after you order your package, you download the Vera app. Okay, now the Vera app in the condition it's in right now is not going to be like the Vera app when they turn it on. Okay, a lot of money's going into this, but you want that app now in your hands, because that's going to become a very valuable thing moving forward. Get familiar with it as it is right now. So you're downloading that. The next step is you want to dissect the comp plan. You can use this training if you want. There's other training videos out there for comp plan if you want, but you need to learn that comp plan. And I suggest get to the point like where you can explain that. I mean, I sit down with someone, I can take a piece of paper and just draw the 3 lines and write it out. And I'm telling you, being able to do that has brought fortune into my life. Being able to explain that to people, because once the lights come on, they become very lethal in the business. So you dissect the comp plan, and you just kind of look where you want to play the game. Do you want to be a leader? Do you want to be in the middle part? Do you want to just move some product as a distributor? I'm still using old technology and old word tracks, right? As a brand affiliate. Depends what you're looking for. There's something for everyone in that comp plan. What I typically do is someone tells me they want to make $1,000 or more a month. I know they need to be an SR. They need to be an executive position, right? So we file that letter of intent. We start moving towards that. Okay, so you set goals. You go through the comp plan, set goals, and that's all part of what I described. Tell me where it is you see yourself. Well, look, I want to be on the back end of that comp plan. I want to be a top leader. Hey, that SR income looks pretty good to me. I want to be at that position. Great. Let's file your LOI. Hey, I just need a few extra $100 a month. Great. Let's start getting the product out there. Let's get you working on your goals. So different strokes for different folks. All right. The next step, make a list of everyone you know, and don't edit this. We have something called Friends, Family, Business, Community, FFBC, and that's just simply, of my friends, of my family, of my business, and my community. Who do I know in those categories? And you'll be surprised. You start writing that down. Many of them are already in your phone contacts, right? But you just write it all down. And here's the key thing with that. Don't edit the thing. This is where a lot of new people screw this up bad. They start to make a determination on who they think would be good at this or who would want to do it. That is a tragedy in the environment we're in. You're going to see people that have been killing it 5 years ago financially, and they're on their heels right now. You want those guys in your business. What I found is the more astute they are, the more successful they've been, the quicker they see this. So you want to write everyone down. When we have your chicken list, those are people you think you can't get. Write them down too, because it isn't about you. You're not going to sell them anything. You're going to simply do the next step. So you make that list, and then the people on that list, you get the video in their hands. Now, these videos are out there right now of some of these Zooms we've done. There'll be other things floating around. There's not going to be any shortage of an opportunity pitch on a recording you get your hands on. You figure out what's best for you, get it to them. They look at it. That's what I do with it. Okay, I'm the guy on the video, right? I get them that. Why do I do that? Because it's not about Jeff spieling anything. What it's about, at some point, if I'm talking to Wynn, at some point when she sees that video, it's going to ignite something. But secondly, then she's going to start asking if she likes it. how am I going to do this? I can't spiel like that yet. Well, what did I do when? I didn't get on the phone and start spieling you. I sent you the video. See, people do what you do. So be careful of that. So you're setting in a duplicatable track. So you make that list of contacts, you get the video, and then you three-way with your upline to fill in the gaps. Okay. And as you do that, honestly, I don't see people saying no. Why would they say no? Right? I mean, those that do, fine, you move on to the next person. You run into a few of those guys, and that's fine. You go to the next person. Really what we're looking for here, and you've seen some of the slides floating around out there, is the Rogers adoption curve, okay, where any new thing, new concept, new technology, there's about 15% of the population that will act early on. That's the innovators and early adopters. 85% of the population is in the early majority, late majority, or the laggards. That's the majority of people that will move. They'll come later to the business. They'll be there for a long time. The people that are going to respond now are the ones you're looking for. Use the video to sift for them. The message on the video will speak to them. If it's not speaking to them, they're the wrong guy. They're in the 85 percentile. So you're looking for the 15%. So you move through the market. This is about a land race, guys. This diminishing asset. You don't sit and wait for anyone. You don't hatch anyone. You don't sit there because someone has so much potential. If they're not ready to go, you move with the ones that are going. These other people might come to the mix later, and that's okay. Focus on the ones that'll go with you, all right? And so that's what we do. So the three with the upline, you close the prospect, right? Even if it's for product, just to be a customer or to be a distributor, you close them with product. Okay, if they want to be a distributor, you get them in the system, you get the U+2 package, and they replicate that. And again, based off their goals, what's next? Well, I want to be SR and above. Well, let's go get 2 people. We do 2 more people this way, your LOI goes in. And that's the duplication model. You repeat it over and over. This is simple. It's simple. Let the tools do the work. Let the video do the sifting, okay? Get them into the system, order the package over and over, put it on subscription. So the effort you're doing today will pay next month and next month and next month. As that builds, I'm telling you, those of us that have done this, it freaks you out because you see it building, and then New Skin, the machine, is the one doing all the hard stuff, in my opinion. They're the ones that have created the products. They're the ones that are shipping the products. They're the ones that are doing the calculations. They're the ones that are paying the check. What are you and I doing? We're just telling people about something that can change their life, and point and click. That's it. So that's the duplication model, okay? So when I explain the compensation plan, if you need to see it, go through it again and again. I just explained the duplication model. It's very simple. Send the video, sell the package, repeat. Depending on their goals is where you go from there. We're getting people in the system, and we're not waiting for anyone, okay? Don't wait. Trust me. This is real that I'm telling you here. This window, you don't control it. I'm telling you, the genie's out of the bottle now, and it's going to ricochet around the globe in a vacuum that's looking for it, and you're going to see people come in, and it'll freak you out. There's some people that come in that have networks of people, and I forgot to mention this. The network marketing industry is in trouble. COVID has done a number on it, all right? And there are some large companies that are in free fall right now. They're out of cash. So what you're going to witness is you're going to see a lot of people out in the market looking for a home, because the home they had, COVID took them out, right? They run out of money. They run out of cash. We are the most financially solvent network marketing company in the world, certainly the most publicly traded solvent one. They're going to come our way. And I'm telling you, Ryan's making accommodations for them to come our way. He wants them here. And so understand where you're at. You don't have time to wait. You need to run hard and fast and get your teams in action now and get busy. And some of you'll say, okay, well, I'll start in January. Mistake. You start now. Start now. You're going to see people at Christmas you haven't seen for a while. You want to start now, get the information out there as fast as you can. January, it might look a little different. I think in January, I'm not speaking for Ryan or the company. I think sometime January, February, you're going to hear a public statement to the street. So there'll be more formality out there. My attitude is I'm running now. And then once that formal statement's made, we'll see where we're at there. We'll reconfigure if we need to and run from there. As they turn it on in 12 to 18 months, the business will change a little bit again. But you know what? If you've acted in this window, just like Thailand, the foundation's in place. This is where the pick and shovel works happens right here. If you're saying a window of opportunity, what did I do? You're in it right now. What you do with it is up to you. Trust me, you're in the right spot at the right time. What you do is up to you. There's people on this call right now that will kill this thing. There's people on this call right now that won't do anything. You know what the difference is? The action they took and the focus they made and the excuses they didn't make, right? And so this is the moment, guys, I'm telling you. I can't sleep. I was kidding around the other day. I said, you know, Christmas is coming. Not going to happen here. You know why? Because for Santa to show up, you got to be asleep. I'm not sleeping. So there's probably no Santa to come in this house. All right. So that's all I've got for you. Hopefully this helps. I think it's been a great training. You guys, thanks. Wen, you did a great job. It's all here. Now, I'm telling you, some of you might think, is that it? Yeah. Well, you know what? It's a fast track. That's all you need to know right there. That's all I need to know. Let's just roll and build an army. All the other training, if you need more of that, you're going to slow it down. You're going to slow it down. Okay. Now, yeah, there's some kickoffs coming up in the US in January. Get to them because there's all kinds of reasons you need to be there. But it's the daily activity I'm talking about. Streamline. Don't weigh it down. Okay. This is about exposure and involvement and repeat. Expose, involve, repeat on subscription. It builds, it builds, it builds, it builds, it builds. And for the next year, we went hard and fast. Expose, involve, repeat. It builds, it builds, and builds. In comes the machine in 12 to 18 months. The assessments flood the market, millions of them. There are products, so you get paid on them. Product follows in the market, and watch what happens. I think we're going to rewrite the income that's been earned at this company, and I think we're going to rewrite the income that has been paid in the network marketing industry. You don't believe me? Watch this over again and again. All of a sudden, you'll connect the dots too. So, appreciate it. I'm done, unless you guys have anything to add.
Jeff, you know, so well said. That shirt is so fitting for you. You know, we've spoken to Wiz, and I understand they call you Superman around the house. And it's true, because for those of us who've worked with Jeff, you know, he says, what's that? You broke up.
I make him call me that.
You make
him call me that.
But, you know, he says what he means what he says what he means, he does what he says he's going to do. If you have the opportunity to work with Jeff and learn from Jeff, as we have, and so many people who are here who are already leaders, and some of the newer people are coming up, it's a blessing for you guys. But the reality is that most people are going to work 40, 50 years of their life, 40, 50 hours a week at jobs they hate to go to, barely eke out a living, and then they're going to die broke. And a lot of those people, not all of them, a lot of those people are looking. All we've got to do, like Jeff said, is just tell the story. So there's a great saying in the Bible in Proverbs that says, you know, he who has no vision is lost. And that's the multitudes. We've just got to help to point some of those people who are looking for an opportunity in the right direction. That's our job. This is as simple as you can get, and it's almost hard to believe how simple it is, but it is, and it's true. Everything Jeff mentioned to you, Circle of Excellence 4, heed this guy's advice, and hopefully we'll see all of you with all of your guests on the next Zoom. On that note, Wen, do you have any final comments?
I just want to thank Jeff.
Absolutely.
Because you're leading the pack. You got us back. We are so excited. You know what? We have never been this excited. Okay.
I don't think we have in 30 some odd years.
But when you were talking about the steps, I'm thinking back then we had no computer, no nothing, right?
No cell phone,
facelift, no skincare, no nutrition, no makeup, nothing. And we used the Your Turn to Win, the big cassette tape, remember? We just send it out, we have to mail. I had no money. I said, I'll send it to you. You got to give me $5 deposit so I can get my tape back. And I wait until I get my tape back. And that's how, you know, difficult it was. but it doesn't matter. It's the desire, regardless you you have money or not. Right now, it's free, right? Video is free. You don't have to get deposit back. And we took a massive action. I remember I had to go to the mall in Binghamton. It's cold weather. Yeah, 10 names a day. All right, 10 names a day, 3 to 5 presentations a day.
That's what it took.
To create the momentum on myself and match the company right with the wave. Okay, thank God that we did that to provide the lifestyle that we have now. But now it's your turn. It's your turn. Okay. Now we're going to go through the mega growth from 2 billion to 10 billion. Just think, I'm counting the money now. 10 times growth. So our average income top earner, instead of 36,000, add a zero to
It's going to happen.
360,000 a month average income. I'm just saying that. Okay, don't quote me. It's possible.
We're not making income claims, so I want to be real clear about this.
All right.
All right, guys.
Like, okay.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, but please get to work. You'll be happy you did it.
All right.
Thanks, Jeff.
Bye, everybody. Have a
Great
wonderful
seeing you.
weekend. Jeff, love you so much.
See you soon.
Jeff, can I have a
Guys,
question?
Thank you.
Get back to the person
Thank you.
down. You don't have time for
Thank you,
questions.
everyone.
You know,
Yes.
there's, so get back to the person who invited you on the Zoom, get your questions,
you.
and get started.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ciao. Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.